going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we are taking a look at the WWE Mattel Legends Ultimate Edition Series Bret the Hitman Hart. This is a Target exclusive, and I'll be honest, I did not find this in my local area. I went to WrestleMania this past weekend, had a 6-hour flight from New York to LA. I decided just to see, what was in stock in that area, because, California seems to always get the figures fresh right out off of the shipment containers over there. And one store happened to have 4 of them in stock, so I took a drive when I landed, gave them the DPCI, and they were able to pull them from the back. I only grabbed one. Was a little conscious about how I was going to get this back, because I was planning on buying a lot of different gear and merch from Mania. But he did make some safe travels all the way back from WrestleMania weekend. I do have a few dings on the corner, but I'm going to open this guy anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I did want to keep it in the box to review it for you guys, especially for you mock collectors who want to see how this figure looks in the packaging. But you can see it's got the standard Legends look, the inverted colors from the white that's usually on the mainline Ultimates. We get the red on the front. You got Bret Hitman Hart over here. You got the Ultimate Edition logo. Flipping onto the side, you have Bret Hitman Hart. Also have just Hart on the top. Flipping to the other side, you got the awesome image of Bret. You will see he has a nice kind of like yellow outline. Looks pretty cool. Bret Hitman Hart on the bottom as well. On the back, my favorite part of the Ultimates, you get the figure photography as well as the image of Bret Hart. And the read up here on the bottom. You can pause that if you guys are interested. But let's open this figure and let's see what little Easter eggs are on the top and bottom of this packaging. So for you, those of you that are curious, on the inside and the bottom of the Ultimate Edition packaging, there is always the saying or an homage to each superstar. So for Bret Hart, it says, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And on the bottom inside of the packaging, it has the excellence of execution. So here we have the Hitman out of the packaging, and we're going to run through his accessories real quick. So you do get a set of interchangeable open hands from Dude's iconic Bret Hart pose. You do get a set of fisted hands, as well as a set of mic holding hands that are on the figure. Additionally, you do get 2 interchangeable arms. So just as we got with the Ultimate Edition Series 2 Bret Hart, these arms will pour out with the jacket. So if you want to have the jacket look on for his entrance, you want to get him for some poses for his in-ring gear, you can swap on the arms. And these are, again, double-jointed pinless elbows. I'm noticing on the jacket, they are not. They have the pinholes here, so I'm thinking they just used the same mold, obviously, from the original Ultimate Edition figure we got, which is a little disappointing. I'm going to take off a few points for that, because I'm just ready for everything to be pinless. He does have the pinned leg joints as well. Hopefully, Mattel will get to that soon. I didn't notice on the last Ultimate Edition AJ Styles that we just got for Series 16, he actually has no pinholes on his knee joints, so we're moving in the right direction for sure. Additionally, you get an interchangeable head here. So we are always complaining we get Bret Hart figures with the hair in his face. So this time they seem to just give us one. You do get the same head scan that came with the Elite 95 figure, which I think looks great. I know a lot of people were a little iffy on the kind of the hairline look, but in hand, I feel like it looks pretty good. Or you can go with the hair in the face, which we've seen over and over again with Bret Hart. And in removing the visors, so the Bret Hart glasses are actually a little bit of a different sculpt, a different shape than what we've gotten prior. So the Elite 95 was a step in the right direction as far as the color. I feel like this color, it's getting better. I don't know if it's 100% there yet, but I do like the shape of it. I know a lot of people have been very critical of Mattel on that. I never really cared, to be honest. I feel like they did the job, but Mattel is listening to us, so they are trying to make improvements for sure. So this attire is based on the Royal Rumble in 1993. Correct me if I'm wrong. We did get this as an Elite, as a ringside exclusive way back when. I bought that figure multiple times and I sold it. I wanted to love it and I hated it. That figure had the most annoying plastic coat. You could never get it off. It was such a tight, thick, hard plastic. And even if you left him displayed with it, Mattel at the point when they first started had this issue with ankle joints getting really loose. So the top heaviness of that coat would always make my figures do like the Smooth Criminal lean. And I was just like, yo, I can't have this in my collection. It was constantly knocking figures over, so I got rid of it. I know that figure had a lot of hype, but I hated it. I thought it was overrated. I never thought it was anything special, to be honest, because of that jacket. I know the all-pink attire was awesome, but just was not my cup of tea. He also did have like brownish hair, I remember, versus the black here. But you know what? I'm happy they moved this into the Ultimate Edition line because it really solves that whole sour taste in my mouth from that Elite figure. And no knock to Ringside. I mean, in theory, it sounded great, but the execution on it, again, just so long ago. That must have been like one of the first or early Ringside collectibles exclusives, and it was, for the longest, really hard to come by and very sought after. I'm sure the value of that is going to drop now that we're getting the Ultimate Edition. And look at the actual jacket. You got the nice kind of shoulder pads here with the tassels. You got the nice white here. Again, I don't really like that they're pinned. Kind of breaks into the star pattern here on the side. You do get the white coloring here on the front of the jacket with some zippers. You got the black on the open parts of the leather. Same kind of pattern on the other side. Look at how nice this white jacket looks. You got the pink stars with the black designs. This looks really nice. 100% like this already, more than the Elite that we got prior. And I just wanted to give you guys another look at what the interchangeable head looks like with the visors on the jacketed body. And here's a quick close-up of that head on the body. And in getting the jacket off, you can see the ring gear he has on underneath. But if you wanted to take a quick look at the jacket, again, this is exactly the same as what we got with the prior Ultimate Edition Bret. It is just repainted and molded in the pink to kind of fit the effects for the Royal Rumble 1993 attire. You can see, again, how the arms look. They just kind of port right out, and you can pop the other arms right in. And the head scan, if you guys are curious, that's what it looks like on the actual figure body itself. That head scan, I'm looking at it, I think it's identical to the one of the head scans we got with the Ultimate Edition Series 2. I don't know if the hair strands are identical. They look to be a tad different, but we'll get into that with once we get to comparisons. But I'll be honest, this is probably the head scan that I'm going to use for display with this figure. I definitely want to get another one when it actually hits my local stores, and maybe keep one in ring gear and then one in his actual entrance gear, and then maybe we'll have one of each head on there. That's the thing with Ultimates, man. When they come with 3-4 heads, like, I can't decide which one I want to display in with. Like, obviously, Hollywood Hogan is one of my favorites. I have one with each different head displayed on there. But like the new Andre has 4 heads. It's like, which one do you use, man? I pre-ordered 2, so I'm definitely gonna have to make a choice. I'm running out of room, and I just don't have the space for 4 Ultimate Andres. But something like this with 2, I can get behind getting 2 if it's a character I really like. But let's zoom out real quick. We'll get a better look at the attire. It looks really clean. I was a little worried to see how the flesh tone is on these Bret Hart figures, because they do have the painted torsos usually, and to me this looks like it is painted. Yeah, you could see that on the shoulder here. The actual torso is painted a different color, unfortunately. I know Steve from Mattel has mentioned it multiple times. He's working to kind of get that changed, but I think it's just a cost thing, and it just costs way more to mold it in the plastic than paint it. So it doesn't look too bad. I do feel like it's improved. Back in the day, we used to get them where you'd see the black underneath kind of seeping through the joints. You can kind of see it a little bit, but it's not too bad. Take a look at the singlet. You get the nice kind of pink trim on, the black trim around the pink. You get the Bret Hart logo here on his torso piece as well. And look how nice and clean the white looks. I really do like that. He's got the white and black and pink stars going down there. Got the pink knee pads. You can see the star on his boots, the iconic black tips on there. He does have the toe articulation, as you can see. Same design going on the other side. He does have the drop-down hips. So I did have a nice long talk with Bill Beneke of the Mattel design team at the Mattel Influencer event. And I mentioned, the concerns about the drop-down hips, and he was telling me they're using a different, stronger, I think it's a PVC is how he explained it. Don't quote me on that, but he pretty much assured me that they are not flimsy. They definitely did do their research, and they should have plenty of room for flexibility without breaking. Of course, there are ones with QC issues, so it's never going to be 100%, but that's good to know. It definitely eased my concerns, because I know in prior videos I've stated that I've had import figures that had this feature, and it always kind of scared me to mess around with it. But, that definitely kind of eased my concerns a little bit. So I wanted to pass that information along to you guys if you also have that issue or concern. But looking at the singlet in the back, you will see the pink with the black trim continuing. Got the Hitman logo. I absolutely love that. A little bit of a black mark here. I could probably scrape that off with my fingernails. Probably just something from the packaging, but not too bad. Absolutely love how clean this figure looks. So he does have the butterfly articulation that the last Bret Hart did not have. So that is something added. It is a plus up for sure from the prior Ultimate. And it wanted to see something real quick. This is a trick that somebody showed me. I did not discover it, but you can see on the inside he does have molded kind of butterfly joints here. So it is not painted. At least you don't have to worry about any rub. It is kind of like a molded flesh tone plastic for the butterfly joint. I know there were some Bret Harts that did have painted torsos, and there were some that have molded torsos. So a good way or trick to see is to pop that off. And if you see black on the inside, it's unpainted, you have a painted torso. But if it is flesh tone, like this butterfly joint here, you actually have an Ultimate Bret Hart with a molded skin tone torso. Hopefully that's something that can continue. Again, Steve said he's working at trying to get that done for us. So I don't know, when it's going to apply, when it's going to become something permanent. I wish something with Ultimates for sure. We can get the molded torso, but at least on mine, I just wanted to point out it again is the painted flesh tone here, as you can see the different paint applications. Moving on to comparison, so here we have two Elite 94 Bret Hart figures. We have the standard on the left, and we have the Chase here on the right. You can see they are the same head scans, and you can see the proportions and the size versus the Elite and an Ultimate. Next up, we have one Ultimate Edition Series 2 Bret Hart here on the left, and the Defining Moments Bret Hart, which is still my favorite attire for a Bret Hart figure. And it's funny, Mattel just announced today that in Series 1 of the Monday Night Wars Ultimate Edition line, which is exclusive to Walmart, we're getting an Icons Roddy Piper, and yes, a Hart Foundation Bret Hart. So I'm hoping it's going to be this figure in Ultimate Edition form and all its goodness. I cannot wait for that because this is probably still my favorite Bret in my collection. But if you notice, I did go ahead and swap the Elite 94 heads on all these figures. I was a big fan of that head itself. So just want to point out they are not the original scans on the figures. But I did also want to bring in the glasses from the Elite 94. So I don't know if this is going to be hard to see or not. But on the left here, you can see this is the Elite 94. And these are the kind of scaled down shades on the new Target Ultimate here. You can see they are thinner on the side. They are a different kind of shade of translucent pink. So, again, Mattel is listening to us. They are a little different. Again, not the best angle to see here, but I will do my best. You can see they did try to make the effort to kind of improve the glasses, so I do give Mattel a lot of credit for that. Next up, we have a few more Ultimate Edition Series 2 Bret Hart. So, on the left, again, this is another figure I had. Swapped the Elite 94 head on. I threw the Defining Moments jacket and a Winged Eagle title to kind of complete that look. And over here on the right is completely stock. You will see this head scan looks to be the same as this one. But let's bring it in real close, you'll see what I was talking about. These strands of the hair seem to be a little different. You see how they're kind of like a little thinner and more on the opposite side versus here on my left. You will see the new Legends head kind of has a different kind of hair sculpt, at least in the front. But the head scan is the same. He's got the same look here. This one actually has a little stubble on it. And this new head scan is more clean shaven. But bringing both Ultimates in and take a look at the jacket, you will see they are the same jacket. Same mold, same design for the most part, just kind of repainted. You will see even the zipper outline here in pink is still there. That was painted silver on that one. They both do have that kind of gappage look on the side. If you do see the jacket, you can see the flesh tone. So that's a little annoying, but, I guess there's no way around that. But, again, the jackets are pretty much the same if you want to get a look from the back. Honestly, I'm kind of really digging this pink version. I think I like it better than the black, and this was one of my favorite Bret Harts for the longest. And I did want to point something out. So remember when I was talking about the flesh tone? So I actually do have another Bret Hart here. When you pop the arm out, when you look on the inside, you see it's all flesh tone. This figure here is why I have another one, because I had to track that down when someone had pointed that out to me. I didn't discover that on my own. You'll see on the inside, there's actually black painted in there. So if you guys want an actual molded flesh tone torso, which I didn't know they were producing, you'll see there is no black on the inside versus on one of the painted ones. So if they did it on the Series 2 figure, I don't know why they didn't do it on the Legends figure. That is definitely a gripe I have. And before we wrap up this video, if you guys haven't already, do me a favor. Please hit that like and subscribe button down below if you like what you saw here. Plenty more WWE reviews coming up. My next review will be the unreleased, yes, it's not out yet, I got a sneak peek from Mattel. I have the newest Ruthless Aggression Elite Tori Wilson figure. That review is coming up next after Bret Hart, so make sure to turn on those notification bells and stay tuned for my channel for that review coming up real soon. As far as this Bret Hart goes, I really do like it. I want to go on a limb and say this is probably my second favorite Bret Hart in my collection. I like it better than the last Ultimate only because it has added articulation. I do like the butterfly joints. I think it definitely suits the figure a lot better. I like the drop-down hips as an option. Again, after speaking with the Mattel team, I definitely feel a little better about that. And the pink just seems to pop more. I mean, the last Bret Hart we got was a great figure. That's probably my third favorite in my collection, but I like these head scans better. I like the pink, how it pops a little more. My few points that I'm going to take off of this figure from it being perfect. One, I don't like that we went with the same pinned arms as the Ultimate Edition Series 2. And I don't like that we have a painted torso. But other than that, highly recommend this figure. Again, this is exclusive to Target. So this should be hitting stores soon. I'm probably going to look to grab another one. Like I said, I want to keep one in the displayed in the jacket and then one in his ring gear. And we definitely have a lot more Ultimate Bret Harts coming our way with the newest announcement from the Mattel team with the Hart Foundation Ultimate Edition Bret Hart coming probably next year in 2024. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review, and I'll catch you all on the next one.